TitleMatchNetwork.com.
When you broke into, also New York was known for a big man's territory. Were you intimidated at all by that? As far as look at Hulk Hogan, the size and all that, or did?
No, because I mean, the person that I am, and some people would take it as stuck up, cocky. I really don't. Maybe it's a little cocky, but it's about knowing who and what you are, and the struggles you went through in your life. These people don't know me. They don't know about how hard I had to struggle to just stay alive in life, and without getting into detail. And so as far as height wise, there's a ton of guys that were bigger than me. Good looking, they couldn't touch me. My body, bar none. There was nobody had a body better than mine in wrestling. My ability only got better. Because I wasn't this monster, I did things other people couldn't do, like walk up the ropes, walk up backwards, do this high flying, drop kick higher than anybody. So I worked on my special attributes. So intimidated? Absolutely not.
Hulk Hogan, was he one of the boys, or did he keep to himself and have an ego?
Everybody I think has an ego, whether they recognize it or not. In the beginning, I thought Hogan was an all right guy. I travel with them, jump in the limo with them. Hey, Paul, let's go to the gym, and he go do his thing, I go do mine. And but times change, man. When you start to go down, that's when the ego starts to kick in, I think, a lot harder.
What were your initial impressions of the locker room in the 80s?
Friendly. Really friendly. But
not a lot of jealousy? Everybody's working together as a team, or?
Well, you cut me off before I was going to say that. Yes. Very friendly, but not real. Like I said, there were some guys that, out of their hearts, they would help you. Hey, you look great, and really mean it. You should do this more, or try that more. Hey, try to get a little more in. Well, this guy's not giving me enough. And again, these guys are the guys on top. You're putting them over, so it's really only what they gave you. And my big break came when I worked with John Studd.
Memories of working with John?
Great, nice guy, very easy to work with. We were in Ontario, and they said, "Hey, you're going to work with him. He's working with Hogan. You can't slam him kind of thing."
Right.
And I said, "Okay, great." So he says, "Hey, kid, what can you do?" He says like that to me. So I said, "Well, I could drop kick you." So he started to laugh at me, and me being the person that I am, and still green, I got really pissed. So I said, he goes, "You could drop kick me," he starts laughing. I said, "I'll drop kick you off the top of your fucking head," because now I'm pissed.
Right.
He goes, "Okay, let's see." So I went out there. I planted my left foot on his forehead and my right foot over the top. And when I came back in, they said, "You drop kick every time you go out in a match." They never seen anybody jump and drop kick Big John Studd. So,
was there a lot of pressure on you early on? Did you feel pressure?
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you deal with it?
Ground it out. You just grind it. It's you don't really understand. You don't have a grasp on the pressure. when I first walked into TV for the first time, I looked at Hogan and I said to the guy that I went up there with, I said, "Who's that?" And he looked at me and said, "You're shitting me, right?" And I said, "No, dude." I said, "Who the fuck is that?" He goes, "That's Hulk Hogan." I'm like, "Okay, so what the fuck does that mean to me?" And he's like, "Oh, that's, I'm like, "Okay." It was what it was, I didn't know what a guy was. I didn't follow wrestling. I didn't know. I knew of Bruno Sammartino, and who didn't? He's a legend,
Right.
But as far as anything else, didn't know.